Hi guys, welcome to yet another episode of the Gyna Table Talk, and I am your host Bianca Chennai. And thank you guys for sharing, subscribing, and commenting. Today on the Gyna Table Talk, we are going to be talking about the demon of the demons, endometriosis. The reason why I say the demon of the demons is because it takes, and it doesn't give anything in return. It destroys families, it destroys your spiritual health, it challenges your emotional health, your social health. Every aspect of your life is disrupted, and I feel like when people judge or tend to grow to conclusion, and I just feel like quite often the society has their own take, and they are a bit harsh and a bit judgmental when it comes to these things. I haven't put up my background. I'm still waiting for someone to help us put up the background. But yeah, before we waste so much time, let us talk about what endometriosis is. And please, these are my views personally as an endometriosis and a women's health advocate. So I mentioned earlier in the video before this one, I think 2 videos before this one, that endometriosis is that I first got my diagnosis with PCOS, and later my signs and symptoms kept getting worse and worse and worse until I had to go back again, and I was diagnosed with endometriosis stage 1. So it's been a journey, it has been a roller coaster. Today, let me check. Today is the Saturday, the 12th of October, and this past week I have had my own fair share of endometriosis, and it's a lot. It's a lot. And I think I've used more than 3,000 rands just to keep myself alive, to keep myself free from pain. All right, so to those of you who are asking what is endometriosis, remember we always say on this platform that period pain is not normal. So pain that stops you from going to work, pain that stops you from going to school, to college, pain that disrupts your whole life is not normal. We often get the saying that period pain is normal. Every woman is going through period pain, and we say that is not true, because the situations and the conditions are different depending on what you going through or what your diagnosis might be. So we often urge everyone to take care of the women's health. Go to a gynecologist or an OB-GYN now and then. We have got a lot. So what is endometriosis? So now the situation is a bit difficult, because previously we would say that endometriosis is the appearance of endometrial tissue that is outside the uterus, and it causes pelvic pain, it causes lower back pain, it causes pain during sexual intercourse, it causes pain during menstruation. But now we have studies that are showing that endometriosis is being found in eyes, in the mouth, in the what. But that is a story for another day. We want to focus on the endometriosis side that affects menstrual health for most women. So what are the signs and symptoms of endometriosis that you might come across, and you want to help your friend or your sister or your family? So mainly the endometriosis pain areas, it's usually the uterus, the lower abdomen, lower back pain, pelvis pain. So pelvic pain, vaginal pain, shooting butt pain. Previously, when I hadn't received my diagnosis, I used to think that, you know what, am I going to talk about this? Because when I ask like every other lady, every other girl next to me, how, what's your period pain experience, and no one would ever mention butt pain, like that shooting sharp butt pain. No one would ever mention pelvic pain. And especially with me personally, I have random pelvic pain. It can happen any day, whether I'm on my period or not, whether I'm ovulating or not. It can just decide to come, and most of the time it numbs my legs. So it's either it's the left leg or the right leg. So also pain circumstances can also occur when you're having intercourse, or when you're passing your stool, or when you're just going to the toilet to urinate. You can experience pain as well when you have endometriosis, menstruation, heavy menstrual bleeding, irregular menses, painful menstruation, spotting across the whole month. It's not your days yet, but you experience spotting throughout the whole month. You experience bleeding throughout the whole month. And when your period comes, it's heavily painful, and it is heavy. You cannot use the normal sanitary pads, you cannot use the normal tampons, and also when you use whatever that you use, it gets to get full quicker than the average day. So here is the thing when it comes to the heaviness of okay, so let's talk about, we talked about menstruation, how you can try and figure out if you could have endometriosis, or you could have another gynecological disorder. We will tackle all of them on this podcast. So we will also you will also notice when it comes to your gastro health, I have started taking probiotics from safe fruit. A lot of is it bush or safe fruit? I'll check in my fridge. But yeah, just randomly, not that I'm having problems, but I decided to take off my gastrointestinal health as well. You notice that you have constipation, you have acid reflux, you have nausea, you have like in terms of appetite. One day you've got so much appetite, you want to eat the whole cow, and the next minute you don't have any appetite at all. To me, it happens. One day I might have appetite, then the next day I might struggle just to keep something down my throat. Abdominal fullness and cramps, so you mostly feel bloated, you mostly feel like you are full, you mostly feel cramps, and the last but not least sign or symptom that we can talk about is infertility. Hence I said when I started this video that when it comes to endometriosis, we call it a demon, because it attacks everything that you believe in. It attacks your mental health, your financial health, your spiritual health, your emotions are all over the place. Not only that, it will also attack your relationship with your families or with your friends, and it also destroys marriages. I feel like the emotional roller coaster, the financial burden. Yes, sometimes we do have men that will stand with you through thick and thin, but a lot of times, especially where in this world where a woman's worth is attached to her ability of having kids, or to her ability of functioning to full potential, we will always have broken families. We will always have divorces. We will always have separations. And then just to add on to that, I will dive into what are the signs, that the warning signs specifically for endometriosis, because remember we've got various gynecological or menstrual health disorders, but what are the signs that you can say, okay, fine, there's something amiss there, there is something amiss here, let me go and focus, let me go and consult a gynecologist or an OB-GYN. And then yeah, when you the most warning signs that you have to look out for is pain. Like I said, for a normal regular woman or a girl, you experience pain during your periods. But when it comes to people facing different menstrual health disorders, sure, we experience pain throughout the whole month. Like I'm saying that I have had a flare up for the longest. I think it's now 2 weeks. None of my painkillers are working. So yeah, I have had a flare up for the longest time now. I consulted my gyna during the week. They tried to stop the heavy bleeding because I think it's now 3 weeks. It didn't help. We have literally tried everything, and when you sit there and you're like, I think my body's responding to medication now, the pain just shoots, and it's a roller coaster again. So it's a lot to take in. It's a lot to deal with, and most times you are on your own. So to those ones that are asking, because I feel like the term that you always hear is I'm having a flare up, I'm having a flare up. That's the simplest way I can describe it personally for myself, and just to educate people who are like, I don't understand, why is she always sick, why does she always have to go to the doctor? And sorry, I'm eating. So I think one of the time that you will hear often an endo warrior saying is I'm having a flare up. Like for the past 3 weeks, past 2.5 weeks to 3 weeks, I've been having an endo flare up. This is a period whereby the pain is prolonged, the heavy bleeding is prolonged, and there are other symptoms that hormonal changes are happening inside your body, and there's increased inflammation as well. That it's just a whole mess. In short, your hormones and your body are fighting, and it's just a whole mess, so you are in constant pain. And what I can comment women who are facing different gynecological conditions is the fact that we know how to mask up pain. If you see me walking, if you see me trying to complete certain tasks, you will not believe that I'm going through a lot of intense pain. I have pain patches inside my body. I have taken 6, if not, I don't know, tablets. I've given myself a shot. I've gone to the doctor to try and minimize the pain, but nothing is responding. So that is a period of flare up. A period of flare up is prolonged pain and prolonged heavy bleeding. Is there a cure for endometriosis? Is there a cure for endometriosis? Because remember, the last time I did say that there is no cure for PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome, but you can manage the disease, But I know the next question is, so in severe cases where you are at the advanced stage of endometriosis, one can have a laparoscopic. Yes, it's lungu, guys. When it comes to these medical terms, it's lungu. But yeah, but also we have had people that come forth now and say that, oh, it didn't help, to some it helped, and to some it didn't help, and the only thing that it did is weaken your immune system. So in conclusion, what are we saying? In conclusion, I'm saying that if you are experiencing pain that you don't know where it's originating from, that you feel like deep inside that, you know what, this is not a normal period pain that people experience, like you can't get better with ibuprofen, you can't get better with over-the-counter medication, then I definitely urge you guys to go and get checked. Make your gynae your favorite best friend. And I think when we come back, we are going to be exploring another menstrual health disorder or a behavioral disorder between adenomyosis and dyslexia. Thank you guys. Bye.